Hello everyone, fellow Toastmasters. Hello everyone, fellow Toastmaster and guests. Welcome to tonight's meeting. I'm your surgeon at arms helping Natalie, and I'm excited to open our session. Please take a moment to settle in and silence your mobile phones so we can give our speakers our full attention. We are here to learn together, love, and grow together. So let's make this positive and uplifting experience for all. Before I offer the meeting to our club president, I hope I didn't get mentioned wrongly the name from Natalie now to Ben. Let us see the video to give you overview of our meeting look like. Wow, that's great video created by our ex-member. Now, Now let's start the meeting. Please welcome our club president, Mr. Ben Whittaker. Now I hand to you over to our president.
All right. Thank you so much, Madam GE and SAA acting as wise. All right, ladies, just ladies right now. We are waiting for some members still to show up, but we have a special guest directly below my square. I don't know where she's at in your square. Our G4 area directors here, Toastmaster Meninda. Hello. She'll be doing our changeover. My question is, do we have to have everyone here to do it? Because we're missing a couple people.
Do they come?
Marendra said he cannot show up. He will be our VP of Public Relations. Pipit's supposed to be here, so he's not here yet. Yeah, VPM marketing or something like that. So, but Toastmaster Fifi, Natalie, and Nancy, and I'm here. So we have 4 so far, but we're supposed to have one more, which is Pipit, but I don't know about Marendra. So I'm just going to kind of stall a little bit. We have our newest member, Daisy. How are you? This is one of our first meetings we had in a while. We haven't had any like guests, so that's pretty interesting. But you know, it is a crazy time with the new Toastmasters turnover, where all the clubs are kind of getting everyone ready. But as you guys know, here at Bhinneka, even if we're big or small, we still perform with quality, and that's what we'll still do. It's all about showing up and being consistent. And of course, our mottos are pretty simple. ABC, appreciate our club members, build each other up, and celebrate our successes. So, to celebrate our successes, we can give a real quick round of applause for another great year of a president, Miss Natalie. Good job again. You did it. Bhinneka survived another year. And we were distinguished, or what were we? Distinguished? Yeah. Trying to make her talk less. So yes and no questions are probably a good idea. All right. So we did a good job. So hopefully we can kind of stay on that path and kind of create some more goals. Because I haven't given a speech in like over a year. So probably should complete a pathway since I'm still on level 5 on my second one. But it'd be a good idea. All right. So has anybody reached Pippin yet? Hmm. Here all. Rendra is in Bandung holiday mode. I can join meeting if I can. Well, can you join for 5 minutes? So let's see. Try to get him to join for 5 minutes and then he can go. But I want to give our meeting over to our G4 area director so she can do her job and then she can leave if she wants. All right. Toastmaster Meninda, area director,
Hmm.
yours.
Okay, thank you, Ben, for having me in this installation process of Bhinneka Toastmasters Club 2026-2027. While we waiting for one excuse coming, I will directly start the installation process. First of all, may I share my share screen?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, everyone can see my screen?
Yep.
Here. Okay. Everyone, welcome to installation of the new officers of Bhinneka Online Toastmaster Club 2026-2027 on July 20, 2026. Before we directly move to our installation, we would like to thank you to the 2025-2026 officers that led by Natalie Chayadi as the president before, and congratulations for Bhinneka Online Toastmaster that already achieved the award Distinguished Club. Now, yes, now I would like to congratulate to the new Exco 2026 and 2027. With this installation, they will start their job as the Exco. Before that, I would like to give the brief description of each Exco's job in their each role. For example, SAA, I will read the brief of the job description and the SA, and after that I will asking, will you blah 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 blah, and SAA will answer, I will. After SAA, we will continue to another exco until president, and all of the job description will be ending by the question, and all the exco we encourage to say I will. Are we in the same page, everyone? Great.
Yes.
Great. Now, for the first one, I would like to call our SAA or Sergeant at Arms Natalie Cahyadi. May she pin in the host Zoom? In the Zoom? Okay, SAA Natalie Cahyadi. You keep track of the club's physical or online property, such as Zoom host. You join early to prepare the meeting for members. The Sergeant at Arms also has a role to play during business meetings, speech contests, and other special club events. For example, the Sergeant at Arms escort potential new members outside of the club's meeting place while the members vote on admitting them to the club. Sergeant at Arms Natalie Chahedi, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Next, ESCO Treasurer Natalie Chahedi. You are the club's accountant. You manage the club's bank account, writing checks as approved by the club executive committee, and depositing membership dues, payment, and other club revenues. You are also in charge of submitting membership dues payment to world headquarters or accompanied by the names of renewing members, filling necessary tax documents, and keeping timely, accurate, up-to-date financial records for the clubs. Treasurer Natalie Cahyadi, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Next, I would like to call Vivi Amalia Wati as a secretary. Please make her spotlight. Okay, thank you. Secretary Vivi Amalia Wati. You maintain all club records, manage club files, handle club correspondence, and take the minutes of each club and executive committee meeting. You are also in charge of updating and distributing a roster of the current paid membership and keeping the club officer list current for Toastmasters International. Secretary Vivi Amaliawati, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Next, PPR Pipit Andriani. Because the exco cannot come, we will skip this, and we believe that the Pipit will say I will also. Next, I would like to call the VPM or Vice President of Membership, Marendra Dika. Please make him the spotlight.
Yes.
Okay. Vice President of Membership, Marendra Dika. You promote the club and manage the process of bringing in guests and transforming them into members. By initiating contact with guests, helping them feel welcome, and providing them with the information they need to join, you help maintain a constant influx of new people into your club. You also attentively monitor membership levels and strategize with the rest of the executive committee about how to overcome membership challenge when they occur. Vice President of Membership, Marendra Dika, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Now, please spotlight our Vice President of Education, Nancy Marcella Afi. Okay. Vice President of Education, Nancy Marcella Afi. As Vice President Education, you schedule member speeches, verify the completion of projects, and serve as a resource for questions about the education program, speech contest, and your club mentor program. You are an important source of Toastmaster knowledge for club members, and it is your job to become familiar with all aspects of the Toastmaster education program. Vice President of Education Nancy Marzella Afi, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Next, President Benjamin Whittaker. President Benjamin Whittaker, you are its Chief Executive Officer and are expected to preside at all club meetings and at all regular and special meetings of your executive committee. It is your challenge to see that this club enables its members to achieve their educational goals. It is also your challenge to see that your club helps the area, division, district, and Toastmaster International to meet their goals. Please accept this position as a symbol of your leadership and dedication to office. This position is a symbol of the power and authority given to you by the membership of this club. Use it wisely and with restraint. You are a member of your team as well as a leader. A team is more than a collection of people. It is an emotional force rooted in the feelings, thoughts, and action of all members with the common goal of achievement, sharing, and mutual support. Work with your team members to create a healthy, dynamic club and a club of which everyone is proud. Will you, as club president, accept this challenge and perform your duties to the best of your abilities?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. With this symbolize of installation, from now on, you all of the Exco of Bhinneka Online Toastmaster Club 2026 and 2027 are installed. President Benjamin Whittaker, VPI Nancy Marzella Afi, VPM Marendra Dika, VPPR Pipit Andriani, Secretary Vivi Amaliawati, Treasurer Natali Cahyadi, and SAA Natali Cahyadi. Congratulations. Now, I would like to give 2 until 3 minutes speech for club president to share what he expect vision and mission of Bhinneka Online Toastmaster Club 2026 and 2027. Please welcome the president, Benjamin Whittaker.
Once again, hold up. I cannot see myself or anybody. All right. We did it again. We are here. So that is pretty cool. What is going on? Hold up. All right. So team, we are very small and not everyone is here. But Bhinneka has been that way where we, no matter what, always perform quality meetings. No matter how many members or guests we have, keep on being consistent with our quality, then the quantity comes, right? We're providing a service for people all over Indonesia to be able to come to our meeting. And, some Mondays it's not going to be big. Some Mondays it will be. But as long as we're communicating and working together, helping each other out, and continue to do what we've been doing for the last, 6, 7 years. 6 years, I think, right, Natalie? 6 years. Nothing will stop us. So my third time being president of the club. So hopefully this will be my last time for a while. Nancy, hint, hint. Again, I'm glad to be here with you guys. So thank you.
Thank you. Our new president of Bhinneka Online Toastmaster Clubs 2026 and 2027. And that's all for the installation of the new Exco. Thank you again for having me, the RAG4 Director of Division N District 87. Again, congratulations for you all and have a good work. Have a great team. And thank you. I will give back to the club presidents, Benjamin Whittaker, to continue this meeting.
All right. Thank you to our area director, Toastmaster Meninda. Thank you so much. Okay. So as any Toastmaster club, again, big or small, we have to make sure that we are, being flexible as a team. Because one thing I know for sure, this is all over the world. Doesn't matter how many years you've been a Toastmaster or how many years you haven't been. Like it could be the first day as a member or 50 years as a member. It doesn't matter what role you take. It's, what you do with the role. So we have a lot of different flexibilities where a couple of people are not able to show up. So we have to kind of figure this out. But let's get our meeting started. Okay, let's do that first. So that being said, let me go ahead and introduce our Tom. Hey, look at that. There it is. Welcome to our meeting today. It's going to be a great meeting. Today's theme, how I want to be remembered. This is a really deep kind of question because, a lot of us, we're on this planet and, we wake up every day and we do the same thing. And what is our impact? Are we going to be remembered? How many stories are going to be told about us when we're gone? Right. So it's, again, kind of a deep thought, kind of sad, kind of dark, but at the same time, we're here. So what we do every day and how we treat people and all of our actions, they're going to matter at least for a few generations, depending on how much of our impact we have. Right. And again, a little bit of us, if we treat people around us with respect and kindness and just being a good human, we're going to be able to, like, that trait is going to be passed on. They might not say our name, but the actions that we have and how we treat people and how we make them feel, that will be passed on. So we can make an impact every single day, no matter how big or small. How do you want to be remembered is the question and theme of the day. So with that, we do have, like any Toastmaster meeting, we have one speech today. And let me double check. That speech is a present mastery level 1. Ooh, okay. Good. It's going to be one of our newest members coming back. That's going to be exciting. And the evaluator for that speech. I wonder if she's going to be able to do that. We'll find out. We will find out. All right. With that being said, Minida, let me ask you a question. Are you going to stay for the meeting?
Yes.
Excellent. Well, that being said, do you want to be one of two? Would you like to be a timer or a grammarian?
Timer.
Great. Next time, I'm just going to not give you a choice. It's okay. I'll be the grammarian also. As a native English speaker, I love correcting non-native English speakers' English. No, I don't. I hate it. But it's still an important role. And again, we have to point out good quality uses of English language as well. So, Rendra, are you staying, by the way? You could go if you want.
I think I will go. Yes, thank you
Bye.
very
Have
much.
fun. Thank you for coming, dude. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
All right. Back to being the only dude. All right. No problem. Okay. So with that being said, we have a where's our counter? Have we got a do we got our counter? MIA. Wow.
It's not picking up her phone.
Interesting.
Our
So
accountant will join us later.
yep, she might be
I don't know.
driving. All right. So we'll figure that out. So I can be a grammarian and an counter at the same time. Fantastic. A lot of stuff going on. But with that being said, let me go give our control to the speech, the table right here, to our GE, who has a crazy job now to figure out which person's doing which. Miss Fifi.
Okay, thank you, Ben Whitaker, our club president. Hi, everyone. Again, my name is Vivi, and I have the honor of serving you as your general evaluator for today's meeting. My role is to guide the evaluation segment of the meeting from the beginning until the end and offer feedback on how we conducted ourselves from the first time until to the end, or you call it overall flow. To run this job, I will call my team to introduce the role. Please welcome timer. Timer, now we have, okay, Minanda, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Minanda, can you share your role, please?
Okay, everyone. I'm Minanda as the timer tonight. So we have one speaker, one prepared speaker, one evaluator, and will be some table topic speakers. So overall, for all the speakers that speak in this meeting, I will give the sign If the sign is green, this is the minimum time that you can speak. If yellow is the middle time, and red, if you see red in my screen, you have another 30 seconds to wrap up your speech. This is all for the prepared speakers, evaluators, and table topic speakers. Thank you. Back to Madam General Evaluators.
Thank you to our timer. It's important to get your message across in the allotted time and for the meeting to run according to the schedule. Now, actually, we have a counter. Maybe still driving back from the gym. So, I will share her duty to track the use of verbal voices, those and that come out from our mouth while we think on the next thing to say and distract audience from our message. That's the job of our counter. Belongs to our club member Toastmaster Intan. And from the grammarian, our club president, Toastmaster Benjamin Whittaker, can you share your role as grammarian?
Yes, of course. My job is to, one, give you guys some great compliments on good uses of the English language. Also, find some ways to give you a little guidance and correction when you incorrectly use the English language. And with that, I'll do that at the end of my report. So good luck out there. By the way, there is a word of the day, so let me introduce that as well. So the word of the day is legacy. This kind of goes well with the theme. So legacy, it means that's the wrong meaning. Let me go. Historical, cultural impact. This is the one we're looking for. The legacy is defined by a lasting footprint of an event, culture, or individual. So personal legacy, values and contributions someone leaves behind in the lives of others. That's the one we're trying to do. There's a lot of meanings for legacy, like estate planning, general legacy, computing and technology, legacy code, admissions and education. But we're focused today with the theme, right? So let me write it down in the chats. Personal legacy. So try to use it in this context, right? The meaning, values, and contributions someone leaves behind. You want to use it in a different way? Go ahead. This is the meaning we're trying to use it for today. And I'm going to keep track of how many times you guys do use the word legacy. Back to you, Madam G.
Thank you, our grammarian. About the word legacy, you remind me in the office there was an employee already old and still wanted to work, although this person is already retired. So we just positive thinking and say to each other, oh, don't bother him. He's from the previous legacy. Okay, so that's all from my team, from the grammarian, from the timer, and also the counter. Now let's back to you again, Ben, as the Toastmaster of the meeting. Please welcome
Excellent.
Ben
Thank you so
Whittaker
much.
again.
Thank you so much, Madam GE. All right. So we have a speaker and a little bit of table topics and then an evaluation session. So we could be done early, hopefully, with this small group of people, which is no problem. So someone can rest their throat. Speaking of that person that's to rest their throat, our evaluator, do you want to introduce our speaker today?
Yes. If you hear my voice like this, please just ignore it. But I have a great privilege to be the evaluator for Daisy, our reinstated member. She will continue her project in Pathways, Level 1, Project 4, the first speech from her presentation mastery pathway. The time is 5 to 7 minutes. Timer, please. And then the title is very interesting. Zooming in on Mapalu's practice, lesson learned. Looking forward to hear what this is going to share. as she will practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting. So please welcome Toastmaster Daisy Batunan, zooming in on Mapalus practice lesson learned, Toastmaster Daisy Batunan. We cannot hear you. Is it just me or yeah?
Can't hear you either. Got to fix the audio.
Maybe just you don't have to use the headset and just use the laptop.
Can't hear you, Daisy. You might need to use the drop down on the audio and switch to different audio microphone settings. Or goodbye. Right, technical difficulties. As we wait for our speaker and our counter and grammarian, and I'm just kidding. Well, this is one thing. Oh, here we go. Let's see. We should do the audio checks. That's why you show up early, people, so you can do audio checks. That would be very helpful. All right. Nope. We need to be able to. Oh, here we go. Use the phone. Nope. Here we go.
Am I audible?
Yep, but you gotta mute. You gotta mute yourself on the other one and turn down the volume.
All right. All right. Sorry for the glitch. Fellow Toastmasters and guests. So I will be giving some statements along with their instructions. And if the given statement correspond to your belief, sharing, or perspective and experience, you do as the instruction suggests. So for example, if I say, touch your head after reading the statement, and then the statement is in line with your experience, you just do it. So this is the so-called total physical response activity. So I'm hoping that I make myself clear. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. So statement number 1, please smile if you think that you can receive a help from other people and you can give help to other people. Smile. Statement number 2, touch your head if in your life you have ever been helped by someone. Touch your head. Statement number 3, clap your hand 3 times if you agree with the following statement. Seeking help from others should be our last resort. Finally, the last statement, place your hand on your chest if you believe that helping each other could make a stronger community member. All right, so thank you, fellow Toastmaster and guests, for participating in this total physical response activity. So actually, this activity is really simple, but I think it has a very profound message because it would like to teach us about share responsibility and helping each other. I believe, despite of our disagreement regarding the given statement, to some extent in our life, we have been helped or we have helped other people. I think we would see eye to the idea. So I believe by this idea that no matter what we have been through, I think we are not meant to journey on our own. We are meant to help each other. And then this idea is fully reflected in Mapalo's practice, tradition, passed down from generation to generation, legacy, hailing from Minahasa land. So, fellow Toastmaster and guests, in this precious occasion, I will be sharing my topic under the title Mapalo's Practice, Some Lesson Learned. Well, etymologically speaking, Mapalus is derived from the language Tombulu. So Tombulu is sub-ethnic language in Minahasa land. Mapalus has two syllables, ma and palus. Ma means doing something over and over. Palus is defined as the process of sharing something from one container to the other container. So Mapalus refers to cooperative traditional work system where people usually collaborate and cooperate each other in order to achieve or pursue a shared goal in common. So the spirit of Mapalus has been manifested in many ways in our day-to-day life. For example, if you would like to till the field or if you are doing the harvest for crops, then your community member would come and help you. If you are planning to hold a wedding ceremony for your kids, then the member of community would do anything in their capacity to assist the burden in your shoulder. And for example, if someone in your family pass away, the community member would not only offer their social support, social and emotional support, but at the same time, they would collect some money to be given to you. They would bring food or meals for 1 week, and they would help with anything that they can do. They would erect the tent to host the visitors who say goodbye and then also offer their comfort for the left behind family. And then we also have this sort of practice, the so-called regular revolving savings social gathering. We collect money every month on a regular basis, and we meet once in a month, and we have some fun. We eat food together, talk, and so on. And then this collected money is usually used for emergency fund. Well, Mapalus is sourced from Minahasan philosophical belief, the so-called Sito Timo Tumoto. So you are born into earth because it is a call to live a meaningful life for a good cause. You are born into earth not only to live for your own success or achievement, but you are born into earth in order to help and support other people by actively contributing to the betterment of the society. So, fellow Toastmasters and guests, from this practice, Mapalo's practice, I think there would be two lessons learned that we can take. The first one, seeking help from other people does not signify our weaknesses, but I think it would make us as a human being. Being vulnerable makes us authentic as a human because being vulnerable serves as a gateway for building a trust. And in whatever relationship someone can get into it, without trust, then we cannot build a good rapport. And then the second, when we decide to lend our hand to other people, to offer our ears to listen and sympathy, and then at the same time to share our resources, actually it serves as a glue in our community. A great community wouldn't stand alone. A great community would stand together. So, to close my talk, I would like to challenge each of us in this Zoom meeting room before today's end. Let's practice a simple act of mapalus. Offer help, seek for help, build an authentic connection. Remember, a small gesture, a small act of kindness, build a resilient community. Thank you, and then back to you, Toastmaster of the meeting.
All right, excellent. Good lesson. Mapalos. Mapalos. I had to look that up. Syllables. That's cool. All right, Madam Timer. What was the time?
The time for the first speaker is 8 minutes 7 seconds. So not eligible for that.
Okay, so lesson to be learned here, 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Time is crucial, because again, without a time standard, what are we? But anyways, good lesson to be learned regardless. I really did like it. Wow, so that is our first speech. Great job. Now we are going to be doing table topics. So our new VPE, Vice President of Education, and soon to be graduate of legal drug dealer, pharmacist. Toastmaster Nancy. Let's go.
Thank you, Mr. President, and also Mr. Toastmaster of the meeting today. Hello, everyone. I am the new VPE, and also I'm serving as the table topic master for our tonight's meeting. So even though there are only few of us, but let's make an engaging meeting for tonight. Well, our meeting theme for today is how I want to be remembered. Of course, when we live our life, we usually think, sometimes we think, what people think of me, right? Or what do I think of myself? And tonight, we're going to dig deeper about the meeting theme. And our word of the day is legacy. I have prepared many questions, so if we want to do it double, triple, or four times, still better. Okay, we're going to start with the first question. I think I would like to give it to Toastmaster Phoebe. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, you're very lucky because you got the first question. Okay, the question is related to our meeting theme. How do you want to be remembered? How do you want to be remembered? Toastmaster Fifi.
How do I want to be remembered? By everyone, or specifically by my family? If I'm talking, I want to be remembered by my family. I want to be remembered as a wise mother who understands my children. Whenever they ask my support, I always ready to support them and always listen to my husband complain when he went back home from work. A lot of things to share with me. So it's a good practice also for listening skill when we listen to our family member to give feedback or sharing something. How do I want to be remembered for in my mother's perspective? Of course, I want to be remembered as a good daughter who make her proud of me. I want her to have like, oh, your mom has a good legacy. That's what I want my mom remember about me, some good things that make her proud, like I'm independent, I do financially stable, do not ask her for money, for example, like that. And in the office, I want to be remembered as a disciplined employee who has also integrity. Because if you have personal branding, I believe that the career and also teamwork will get along to you. So that's all the things that I want to be remembered. Thank you. Back to you, Tetem, Nancy.
Thank you, our general evaluator. Yes, being remembered as a good one, as a good mother, as a good wife, as a good coworker in your office. And I do believe that we also want to be remembered as a good person. Okay, we are moving on to the second question. I think I would like to give it to you, Ben. Okay.
All right.
The question is, what is one thing you would like to accomplish before you retire? What is one thing that you want to accomplish before you retire?
What an interesting question. Concept of retirement. Different countries, this means a lot of different things, where and even different job rules. Like in America right now, 65 is the typical age of retirement. But if you go to like 67, 68, you get more money from Social Security if you can make it a little bit further. Again, retirement is this kind of incentive that companies create or societies create to get old people out of working. So then they don't have to pay them anymore, right? That's kind of the concept. It's like work until you're dead. Do what you love until you can't do it anymore is kind of my concept. So what I want to do before I retire is find something that I want to do where I don't have to ever stop. A lot of times when you stop doing something you enjoy, what else is left? This is death. So that's it. I don't really ever want to stop. I want to be able to do whatever I want until I'm 100 years old. And then be able to kind of give that lasting legacy my son and my younger brother and sister. Again, what I want to do before I retire is find something that I want to do so I don't have to ever retire. I just keep on doing whatever I love. Back to you, table topic master.
Thank you, our Mr. President, for your speech. Yes, do something that we like. So when we do it even more and more, we feel happy doing it. And I think I would suggest you to join Toastmasters because because you're happy doing it. Okay, thank you, Ben. Now I would like to over to our Madam Timer. Are you there? Do you want to? Okay. Do you want to be the next speaker?
Yes, sure.
Okay. So your question is, if you could change one thing about the word, what would it be? If you could change one thing about the word, what would it be? Don't forget to use the word of the day, legacy.
Mhm. One thing that I want to change in the world that come to my mind right now is the standard of women have to be married, actually. In my age, the early 30s, I some kind get the suggestion, quote unquote, forcing by my family to to be married faster because your age you are the late 20s and maybe you cannot give birth at at the productive time. It burdens me because why women have to be married, have to have a good marriage. But right now, we know that people divorce, right? Because the COVID, I mean, like, my friends married in the COVID time. But right now, 2025 and 2026, the statistics say that the COVID marriage get more divorce than the others uh, periods of marriage time. So women, I think, cannot be forced to be married. They have their own things they want to do, anything without this high status of marriage. So that is the one thing that I want to change in the world. Back to you, to Madam Table Topic Master. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Minanda. Yes, I agree with that because the society set that standard, and sometimes we have to follow the standard of the society. But actually, marriage is it depends on ourselves. So if we want to get married, then just do it. If we don't want to get married yet, and that's fine. It's our choice. Okay, now we are moving on to another questions. Okay, Toastmaster Deshi, do you want to join the table topic?
Yeah, sure. Let's try.
Okay, the question. Okay, I've got another question for you. What is one mistake that taught you an important lessons and shaped your legacy? What is one mistake that taught you an important lesson and shaped your legacy?
Well, that's a challenging question, but if I were asked that kind of question, I would answer, the answer would be a perfectionist, because in the past I used to be a very perfectionist person, meaning that everything should be done in my standard, which is sometimes people are born differently. I mean, we have different background, we have different life experiences that shape how we deal with our life. And when it comes to teaching, then sometimes with all the ideal beliefs, so and so forth, sometimes I could abuse the student due to this ideal standard. So I think um, being perfectionist is good, but when it comes to relationship with other people, then we need to consider many things. And then sometimes we also are really hard on ourselves because we would like to do the best that we can. For the sake of doing the best, then sometimes we force ourselves and other people to achieve that one. But I think from this experience, the legacy that I would like to pass down to other people, that having an ideal standard is okay, really good, but we need to be kind. We need to be kind and wise at the same time. So that's all. Thank you. Back to you, topic table master meeting.
Okay. Table topic master. Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Daisy, for your response. Yes, understanding others and have empathy, right? Having empathy into others. Okay, okay. Now I would like to ask our G, can we do the two times table topic? Is it
Yes.
still okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So we will do again one more round for a table topic. So we will go back to the first person, Toastmaster Fifi. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. In this second session, we are going to do all the question is quote. So you will respond to quote. Okay. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, The time is always right to do what is right. Martin Luther King Jr. said, the time is always right to do what is right.
Well, I'm not sure what Martin Luther thinks if he said that the times will do, if the time is right, because I have another opinion. Sometimes that we need to look at or we need to postpone in order to get the right time. For example, if I want to do something or I want to buy something, but it's not at the right moment, so I will hold. I don't go, for example, hey, there is discount over there. I must get it. It's 50% discount. So I have to, for example, after office hour, I had to go to the shopping mall and buy it because it's 50%. No, actually it's not. We need to think something else. Sometimes time we think that is right is not right. Sometimes we need to think for another perception. For example, yeah, I have the money, but think about my children. Maybe they need something urgent, the stationery or something. So I said to myself that, oh, better I postpone this. Although it's perfect time for shopping, it's 50% discount. But I need to ask my children whether they need to buy something urgent for their education. For example, they need to buy stationery. Yeah, like that. So I don't agree with Martin Luther said. Everybody has its own opinion, but for me, it's better for think about whether it is perfect time or not. Sometimes we need to hold for another purpose, for another better reason for doing something. Back to you, table topic master.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Fifi, for your response. Yeah, for some people, might agree with the quote. Some people might disagree because back again, back it is based on our perspective, how we see things, and how we run our life. So everyone has different lives, so we also have different perspective in seeing things. Thank you, Toastmaster Vivi. Okay, let's go. The second speaker, Ben, are you ready?
Let's go.
Okay. Your quote is someone said, what there's a quote saying, what we think we become. What we think we become. Toastmaster Ben.
I think I'll become the greatest basketball player in the history of the world. It's Michael Jordan, right? He probably said that, and he became the greatest basketball player on the history of the world. Concept in even other aspects, right? If you have enough faith, you can move mountains. Simply meaning that if you put in the work, you can become it. Most kids, at least in America, we're asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? Rock star, athletes, astronauts. Most kids don't become those things. We become insurance salesmen, real estate salesmen, like all these things that we never believe we want to be. Because at one point in our life, we realized that that crazy dream that we had, that we thought we could be, was way too hard, and we didn't want to put the time and effort. Or, like sometimes here, the stereotypical moms in Asia says, no, you're not going to make any money doing art. So go be a doctor, right? Happens quite a bit. But the concept is taking the time to evaluate the steps on what you want. If you want to be successful at something, it's not one giant leap. It's doing something positive every single day in that right direction, working with people, finding mentors that are in that field to get there. So if you want to do something, you want to be something, you could think, you could see yourself doing it, you could do it. But yeah, not all of us are starting the race. We're not starting the race in the same starting line. Some people start a little bit back, some people start a little bit ahead. But the concept is if you really, really want something, start taking the steps to do it. And if you think it and you believe it, it can be a reality. It might just take 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, or it might take 10 minutes, 30 minutes, or 1 hour. But yes, if you think it, you could do it. Gotta put the time in. Back to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Mr. President, for your response. Yes, I agree with you, and I also believe that what that comes into our mind is usually like a hint for us. So it comes to our mind for a reason. So if we really think about it, it must be something. So let's dig digger about what that comes into our mind, like our dream or something that we want. Thank you, Toastmaster Ben. Okay, now we are moving on to Toastmaster Minanda. Okay, I'm sorry. Can someone help to be the timer? I forgot. Okay. Ben, will you do? Okay, thank you. So, for Toastmaster Minanda, your question is there's a quote from Robin Sharma that said, dream big, start small, leave a legacy. Robin Sharma, dream big, start small, leave a legacy.
Dream big, start small, and leave a legacy. I agree with that statement or quotes from the Robin Sharma because if we have a dream that big and start small, we can take that dream. What big the dreams, that depends. But the first thing, the important thing is how do you start? Even that you think small, but maybe your friend thinks that is a big. In my cases, actually, I didn't have any boyfriend yet from my first when I was born until I was 27 years old. And I'm okay with that. But when someone said you have to get the boyfriends, right? And then I start dreams, okay, I think I want to have a boyfriend. That's my dreams. I think my dream is big, but maybe my friend said, that is so small. And then what did I do? I start small. From what? I start to install the dating apps. I think this is small because, okay, I don't have any circle yet. This is COVID. Where is my friends? No one beside me. So I install dating apps and start chatting, and then, tada, I have one until now. So from that perspective, install the specific apps. I think this is so small. But my friends think, oh, this is big. So small and big, that is the difference context. And about the legacy, I want to tell all of my friends that I can do that. I have the dreams, I start, and you can do that. You can do too. Okay, back to our table topic, master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Minanda, for sharing your life story about your dream, and then yeah, you make it happen now. And about that dating app, wow, that's quite interesting, you know. Yeah, hopefully you have a good relationship with your partner now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to move to our last speaker, Toastmaster Daisy. Okay, now I would like to give you. Okay, there's a quote from Mother Teresa that said, "Do small things with great love." Do small things with great love from Mother Teresa.
Thank you, TTM Nancy. So That's really a touching quote and relatable to everyone life, because if we really put something, I mean, if we wholeheartedly do something, then sometimes the small seed that we plan would yield a very good result. Sometimes what we do might be, or it goes unnoticed. People wouldn't pay attention to it. But if we really put our sweat and toil into it, we do it consistently, then the impact would be seen later. So, a good example of this, for example, if you are as a teacher, when it comes to teaching, sometimes the student, they are very different in terms of personality, motivation, prior knowledge, family background, and so on and so forth. But something that I observe, that if we consistently do our job, if we consistently motivate them, if we consistently set an example for them, it will never ever in vain. Things, even sometimes we couldn't see the result at the moment, but later still again, we could see the seed that we have planted has bloom or has the fruit. Yeah, back to you, TTM.
Thank you, Toastmaster Daisy, for your response. Yes, I think everyone, all of us, when we talk about do things with love, there there must be a difference when we do things with love and without love. So hopefully everyone from our meeting today about what do you want to be, how do you want to be remembered, all of us, we might have that one thing that we want to be remembered, whatever it is. And well, hopefully by today's meeting, we can figure that out and we can leave a legacy in our life. Our legacy is different, of course, but we want to be remembered as a good person. Okay, our session of the table topic master have come to an end. Okay, yes, please, Ben.
Wait, we got one more. Natalie?
Okay.
Well, we will give Nancy a chance to answer as well. A simple question. Nancy, how do you want to be remembered?
Oh, wow. Okay, as a young person for now, I think I want to be remembered as a beautiful. Just kidding. I want to be remembered as a kind person, as yeah, as a kind person. I think kind is complex because it can be in many things. But at least for now, I want to be remembered as a kind person, as a good student, as a good daughter for my parents, and as a, oh yeah, and most importantly, for now, I think as a good friend, because now I live far away from my parents and I am surrounded by friends. So I think for now, I want to be a good friend for my friends around me. And later on, when I grew up, I think I don't know about the legacy that I want to leave, or I don't think about it for now, but I want to be remembered as someone who also give the impact to the environment. For instance, like for use less plastics, things like that, to the environment, and to give the impact to the society as well. And I think I started doing that by volunteering. It's been a while, and yeah, I hope that I can be remembered as a good person in many aspects for now. I think that's all from me. Thank you for a very beautiful, wonderful, amazing questions.
All right, timers report.
Okay, all of the table topic speaker is eligible.
All right, very good. Excellent. Great questions. Again, is a deep topic about how we want to be remembered. And as a psychology person that I am, these are kind of questions that we ask people, especially like when I worked with like alcoholics and drug addicts when I was in school. These are kind of concepts like how do you want to be remembered? And it's like this simple, like empty chair technique. It's called Gestalt therapy, and it works. You don't have to be an addict to do this, but as simply put, is that you have a chair you're sitting in, and then you have an empty chair across from you. And what you do is you have some facilitators, therapists of some sort, and you ask yourself, your future self, questions about who you want to be. How are you going to get there? Right? All these kind of questions of the future. And then what you physically do is you stand up, you move to the other chair, you sit down and face the other empty chair, and you answer the questions to your past self. And this kind of exercise, pretty powerful if you take it seriously, because a lot of times we know what we need to do to get, like, we know the answer to our own question. A lot of times we're just afraid to be able to take that step. And someone said earlier about like, what, Menendez said, talk about her friends, about taking an opportunity. Something might be big or something might be small, right? It's about perspective. And a lot of times what we fear as human beings is that we really, really want to do something, but we're worried about what people are going to think when we do it. And at that time, we limit ourselves and what we're capable of because we think that somebody is going to make fun of us or say we shouldn't do that or it's too hard. And a lot of people around us, even sometimes our parents or even our best friends, are our own worst enemy because they never got to this point that we want to get to. So they're essentially to our detriment. They're afraid that we can make it because they don't know how. Right? A lot of times our family, our parents, or again loved ones, they've gone a certain distance, and that's how far they went. They can't help you anymore, and that to them is afraid. So they put that fear on us, so we can never take that next leap. And I think about it like this: 2 years ago, I went to my 20th high school reunion, and I saw all the people. Most of us look pretty similar from when we were in high school, which is kind of a good thing. But a lot of times we thought when we were in high school, oh, I didn't want to date that guy or that girl because my friends are going to make fun of me. But 20 years later, everyone pretty much looks similar, minus hair or more hair or less hair or something. But nobody cares. Like, nobody cares. Nobody really cares who you want to be with. No one's going to judge you, really. Our lives to ourselves are too crazy to really care about what other people think or what other people are doing. So if you want to date that, well, if you ladies date that guy, do it. Don't let someone stop you, right? If you want to take that, do that dance class. I told my brother this. The same thing. Take every club, do every single kind of club that you don't even think you want to do. Just join these things to kind of don't limit yourself. Because again, at the end of the day, we're the ones that limit us because we think of the outside world and how they think about us. So at the end of the day, you want to leave a lasting legacy. Do what you think is going to make you happy. And hopefully, the people around you will see that you're happier and they'll like, oh, that was a good idea, right? Don't limit yourself. All right. Excellent. Good job, Nancy. Now we're going to go to the evaluation session. Madam GE.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster of the meeting, Toastmaster Ben. Now, fellow Toastmaster and guests, let's begin by hearing our speech evaluator who will provide constructive feedback to our speaker. Please welcome the TM Natalie Cahyadi.
Thank you, our Madam GE. And thank you, Toastmaster Daisy, our one and only speaker for tonight's meeting. It was a very interesting topic that you shared with all of us. Raise your hand if you've heard of Mapalus before. No, right? So Toastmaster Desi has demonstrated her speech or her presentation, and the purpose is to inform us about a new concept called Mapalus and how it can benefit us in our own life. There are two things that I particularly enjoy in your speech. Number one is your opening. You're a great opening, immediately engage the audience and also set context. You ask us to do some physical activities, and I think that's a smart way to open your presentation because it was immediately engaging. After that, then you set the context by explaining what you're going to share in this presentation. So well done. The second thing that I like is at the closing, you also close it off by giving the summary or the call to action of the presentation that you just shared. You mentioned about the call to action about Mapalus. So offer help, seek for help, and build an authentic connection. I think it's a great way to close the entire presentation because human brain, we are forgetful. We forget already what you shared 5 minutes ago. So it's always good to refresh it at the end. How to make this speech even more memorable and also improve comprehension. So I'm going to focus more on the clarity of your presentation and the engagement. So the first one is the clarity. I noticed that you really master your material. You know this topic inside and out, and you really want to give everything that you know to your audience. One thing you need to know about audience is that sometimes we don't need to know everything. We just need to know something very clearly that we can immediately apply in our life. So that will help you to prioritize points that you want to deliver in your presentation because I noticed you were also over time. And overtime or time management sometimes happen because you wanted to give so much in the limited amount of time and then we forget to prioritize. When everything become important, there is no importance anymore. So clarity comes from priority. Focus on what your audience needs to hear the most in that moment. Don't try to overwhelm them. The second thing that I would like to suggest is you use story as the glue to set the stage for your illustration. You mentioned about some practices of Mapalus, right? It's all great practices. I would love if you can connect it back to somebody in some community so that it becomes more real and it becomes more connected. I can see that in practice. So it's not only informative, but it's also engaging. Having said that, I know you master your material really well, and it's a great way to share the informative speech to things that you can improve on the clarity and adding story while also keeping the fresh opening and also fresh closing. Well done, Desi, and thank you for sharing this. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, DTM Natali Cahyadi, for your comprehensive evaluation. And after Natalie, since we have only one speaker, now let's hear from our meeting role bearers who have been observing specific aspects of our communication. We don't have Intan, right, until the end of the meeting, so we will skip the role of accounter, but we have Ben Whittaker as grammarian. And now, Brent, please share insight of our language usage and word of the day. Please welcome Ben.
All right. Thank you, Madam G, once again. All right. So I heard Fifi, you mentioned legacy twice, by the way. And Daisy, I heard it once. So I'm pretty sure you guys said it somewhere, someone else said it. I just missed it. A lot of roles I'm playing. Okay, so let's see here. Fifi, you mentioned at the beginning, like talking about the person, your mom has a good legacy, right? Your mom has a good legacy. So you want to say left a good legacy, right? When we have a legacy in the past, we leave a legacy or we left a legacy. So talking about that. Nancy, the word you pronounced a little bit is empathy. Empathy, right? Or you could say like empathetic, right? You're very empathetic, but empathy. Okay. Natalie, you said you don't need to share everything. It's just good advice. It's not, it's not a great use of the grammar, but just good advice, right? When it comes to speaking, right, we have a time limit, like you said. So just kind of like, it's great advice. So don't need to share everything. You can always do the next speech to add more. All right. Menenda, you said small and big is a difference. Oh no, I cannot read my own writing. Small and big is a different perspective. I don't know what that word is. Either way, it was a good metaphor. So small and big is a different concept. Why can't I write? I don't know. Okay. Oh, and then if you know me, I love idioms. So when you can implement idioms within your speech, to me, it shows a really good understanding of the English language. Because if you watch American TV a lot, we use idioms to communicate quite a bit. And Desi, you said see eye to eye. Right now, if you think about it, if you don't know anything about English and you're just learning English, seeing eye to eye, you might be like, hey, does a person like standing the same height, like looking at someone like with their eyes like this? No, simply means to agree with someone, um, or on the same page, same idea. But it's different. It's a visual. You see eye to eye, right? The same level. So it's a good use of an idiom. I like it. All right. Born into earth. Okay, that's a good one. Also, the phrase born into earth. It's a deeper meaning. A lot of religions use born unto earth. It's something like that where you're part of the world. Your soul is kind of a part of the world. And then one word that I've heard for like 10 plus years being in Indonesia is the word, even Americans mispronounce this. So this is fun. Is the word gesture. You guys, some people say gesture because it has a G, but it's pronounced like as a J. Gesture. All right. Gesture. So make sure it's tough because again, Americans, some of them mispronounce it. And when Americans mispronounce this word, everyone's looking at them like, you're wrong. But it's okay. English is not your first language, but it looks like gesture, but it's gesture. Okay. And then last one. Okay. So someone said, I used to be, okay. Desi, I think you said this also. Very perfectionist. I used to be a very perfectionist person. The word very, guys, the adjective very is not a very good adjective. Say, I was an extremely perfectionist person, right? Or I am a perfectionist. You can just say, I am a perfectionist. You don't need to use the word very to qualify it more. To be a perfectionist, the word is perfect, right? So you don't need a qualifying adjective to make it, or intensifying adjective to make it even more. It's what we call redundant or like not really useful because perfect is perfect. You don't need to be more perfect or very perfect. You're just perfect, right? And plus, ladies, if a guy comes up to you and says, you're perfect, oh my gosh, they would not say, oh, ladies, you're very perfect. It doesn't make any sense. It's like, but just simple. You're perfect the way you are, right? This is like John Legend's song, perfect, something like that. You're perfect the way you are. He doesn't say you're very perfect. Simplify it, right? Anyways, that's the grammarian report. Back to you, G.
Thank you for your report, our grammarian. And then who else? Who haven't reported? Timer. Are all the speakers are eligible
All
except for the
speaker,
prepared speaker?
yes, all speakers are eligible except prepared speakers.
Okay, thank you. And I'm going to ask you, Ben, whether we want to have group photo session or we will continue until the end first.
Let's do it.
Okay, so that's truly engaging and well-run meeting. As general evaluator, I've observed teamwork, energy, and dedication that make our club strong. I heard before that big is beautiful, but small is meaningful. And today, although we have few people, our meeting, I can see that it's meaningful. I love from the club president when we take her when opening the meeting. Although we have few people, but you still encourage the member to perform the best. And also for you also acting role as Toastmaster of the meeting. You provide excellent job guiding us through the agenda with confidence and warmth. We don't have any counter, but we have what do you call it, like specific, we appoint our timer. Toastmaster Minanda, thank you very much. I always want to mention your name Miranda. Okay, thank you very much for helping our club become the timer. You give the challenge to yourself because it's sudden assignment from our club president. And a small improvement maybe could remind the speakers gently when they are close the time limit, so they can wrap up gracefully. I know when we speak, sometimes we didn't see the timer in the online, maybe it's quite challenging also. But maybe in the beginning you can remind, please, what do you call it, pin me or something like that. For the prepared speaker, wow, I love your speech, Toastmaster, um, Toastmaster Daisy. Yeah, it's very beautiful speech and also meaningful message. You brought creativity and energy to all of us, to strengthen impact and consider. Maybe you want to improve your vocal variety and adding stronger closing line to leave lasting impression. And for Nancy, the youngest one in our club, yeah, for table topic master, you both creativity and energy to impromptu speech session. The questions and also the quotes were fun and thought provoking. You next time you want to balance the difficult level, so both expert member like Ben, you can give most difficult question to him. And for the evaluator net, absolutely you're the champion. Your evaluation was supportive and insightful. You highlighted strength and gave practical recommendation. Maybe due to the time, actually I want to listen more, but due to time, I just take some points for myself, for my note, because I also want to improve to become best evaluator like you. So to make, maybe you can at the end of your evaluation give some points in bullet point. What is the most important thing for the speaker to improve? Overall, tonight's meeting showcased the spirit of our Bhinneka Online Toastmaster Club. We learn, we practice, and grow together. Let's carry this energy into our next session and continue supporting each other on our communication and leadership journey. Thank you, and back to you, to our president.
All right. Good job, Madam GE. Well done. Again, small meeting, but we got it done the way we were supposed to get it done. So let's take a quick picture. Okay, everyone? Ready, ready, ready? One, smile, two, three. All right, I got it. Hold up. I'm gonna post it in the chats. 1 second. Be like, we're not gonna do a million of them because I just don't want to do that. I think it's good. 1, 2, 3. Everyone's smiling. Great. Take a look at the WhatsApp. Fantastic. All right. So once again, great meeting. And even though again, small numbers, it doesn't matter. It's about being consistent, right? Toastmasters, as we know, goes like this. Like Mananda, you're in Bali Toastmasters Club, right? Fun fact for those of you, when I first came to Bali, my second year in Bali, I joined Toastmasters, and I would go to Magical Bali, and I would go to Bali Toastmasters Club, back and forth. I showed up to a couple of Bali Toastmaster meetings where there were three people in a meeting. So now, Menenda, how many people are typically at your meetings?
Right now,
Yeah, typically. What's the average?
10.
Show that 10. Right. But I've seen it big and I've seen it small. That's what happens. We know how Toastmasters works. So the concept is one, always be available, right? The best ability is availability. The sports thing, I didn't make it up, the sports thing. But the concept is that if you're available, you're going to have opportunities. And if our opportunity is to give other people opportunities, showing up is going to do it, right? And also having that positive attitude. One thing what I always think about and troubleshoot is the simple concept of understanding, be like, is it worth it if one person shows up? If you can answer yes, then it's going to be good. Right now, I want to make sure we have our voting for our best table topic. Are we ready for that, Natalie?
Just one more person.
Oh, me. I probably should do that.
Yes.
Let me send you a message.
Sure. But my apology, my certificate file cannot be open. So if we can just take a photo, if
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah. That's cool. Mm. Wait. I cannot type with one hand. All right. So I don't have a file either for certificates. My computer got wiped completely.
Okay, I got the winner.
The winner is
For table topic, give it up for Toastmaster Ben.
and I didn't vote for myself. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right.
Yeah. And can Nancy take a photo of Ben and then we somehow will slide it in? Thank you.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. One more. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Okay.
All right.
That's it.
And this reminds me of Donald Trump. He can win a presidency only against women. We're done. All right, cool. There we go. Back to me. It's dangerous to give me a microphone. I'm the president. I can say whatever I want. Just kidding. Okay. With that being said, our next meeting will be in August, which is going to be August 3rd. Okay. August 3rd will be our next meeting where our VPE, if you want to roll, contact her, no longer me. Don't worry, Nancy, I'll help you out. And Melinda, when is the next Bali Toastmasters Club meeting?
This Friday.
This Friday. So if you're in Bali, Natalie or me, it's this Friday. And Natalie, when is the next Magical Bali Toastmasters Club?
Magical Bali is on the 1st and 3rd Friday, so it's gonna be next month. But Bali Speakers Club in Jimbaran will have its meeting on the 28th of July on
Come here.
Tuesday.
And you get to say hi. 1, 2, 3. Say hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Hi. One, two, two. Ba, ba, ba. Go away. Okay, come back up. All right, everyone. So, all right. So, everybody, I think that would be it for our meeting. Say goodbye. Say da-da. Say sampai jumpa.
Sampai jumpa.
Did you hear that? He said it. Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.